Hi friends, it's your friendly neighborhood feminist lawyer again. So since I posted the videos about what to do if you are pulled over and what to do if you are questioned on the street by a police officer, I had a lot of people asking me about this 100-mile rule. This is a law that applies only to 100 miles within the border of the United States, which is, by the way, 2/3 of our population, approximately 200 million people, and the entire state of Florida. Now be advised, this is a power that's only granted to Customs and Border Patrol, so it's not every cop in the nation that has this right within 100 miles of the border. They have the right to stop you and ask about your immigration status and ask for your immigration documents, and they also have the right to board vehicles like buses and ask people for their immigration status and brief questions about whether they're citizens or not. You have the right to refuse to answer questions without being in the presence of an attorney. However, know that if you do refuse, you're probably going to be detained longer, and if you refuse to produce immigration documents, they have the right to search you and your vehicle. I got all kinds of opinions about this, but we can save that for another day. It's racist. They're not supposed to profile you. They're not, but they do. Now, keep in mind, the longer that they detain you, the more suspicion that they have to be able to show in court. So in this case, a short detainment for reasonable short questioning about your immigration status and asking you for your license, etc., doesn't require much suspicion at all. However, if they detain you any longer, or they put you into a secondary questioning area during one of their traffic stops, then we're going to have to get into reasonable suspicion. That means they have to reasonably be able to articulate that they suspect you of committing an immigration crime or a federal crime. During this time, especially if you're in a vehicle, they can visually inspect your vehicle. And if you refuse to produce documents, they may be able to search you and your vehicle. And then in order to arrest you, of course, they're going to need probable cause. This is pretty frightening, and I'm surprised I hadn't heard of it until I had people putting it in my comments. But don't forget, even in this situation, your Miranda rights apply. You have the right to remain silent and not answer questions. Just know that if you do have immigration documents or a license and you don't produce it, you may be subjecting yourself to a search. But other than the production of these documents, you do have the right to remain silent, and you do have the right to demand an attorney be present anytime you're questioned. And don't forget, this only applies to Customs and Border Patrol, not any cop within 100 miles of the border. When in doubt, demand a lawyer and keep your mouth shut. Stay safe out there, friends. Keep fighting the good fight.